And let's talk about Jane Don't. So yeah, this was the gay gasp heard around the world because apparently people were shocked that Jane Don't was eliminated. But I'm gonna tell you, I was not shocked because I already knew she was going home, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because remember, in the last time we did an episode, I told her y'all about to be pissed with this upcoming episode. And then when I watched it, because I couldn't remember if this was the week, but then I wasn't sure. But then when I started reading the comments online and people was being very, I said, "Oh God, I think this episode Jane went home." So I couldn't remember if she went home this week or next week. But I remember, but I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who works with a lot of the Drag Race girls, and they told me they was like, "Yeah, Jane don't make the top four." So I had to keep it. I was like, and I'm not gonna say nothing because I know some of y'all watch the show and y'all be getting mad when I be doing spoilers in the middle of the thing without warning. So that's why I said y'all gonna be mad when y'all watch this upcoming episode. And it seemed like a lot of y'all was pissed. So Jane did an interview. She did an interview with Out, and she also did an interview with Blavity. And I'm gonna pull from both. So that way, because there was a lot of pretty interesting things that she said. Now they said while most queens are eliminated from RuPaul's Drag Race knowing exactly what they did wrong, the season 18 frontrunner was shockingly told to sashay away without much intel as to why. Yeah, because I have to say the judging this season has been a chop. I don't understand. There's been a lot of inconsistencies. No shade, but I do not understand how the hell Darlene Mitchell and Juicy Love Dion are in the top four. They should have been chopped weeks ago. Um, Darlene won one challenge. That was that last? No, it wasn't last week. What was it? It was the I forget what challenge. Because see, and this is how bad it is. I can't remember what y'all be winning challenges for. While while Jane has been consistent with her wins. She's got quite a few wins under her belt. But now it's like, are we not putting track record in play? I feel like because Jane hasn't been given the producers and everything what they want, they kind of excuse me, I feel like they pretty much were like, you know what? She's not willing to play the game. She's not giving us what we need out of it because while she's been consistently winning, she hasn't been all that exciting, or it seems like she's not excited over her wins. So maybe that's the reason why she hasn't been winning. And so production is like, okay, we need excitement, but no shade. None of the girls have really been bringing anything remotely exciting. Because I thought before I was spoiled as to Jane going home before the episode aired, I thought the top three was going to be Jane Don't, Nene Coco, who I want to hunch. That's a fine ass boy. Um, and Mikey Meeks. I thought that was going to be our top three. The others could have went home. And if they were going to do a top four, I thought, okay, maybe Darlene, because Darlene is good TV. They like the whole happy-go-lucky energy that she brings. So let's keep her around for as long as possible. She's not going to win the show, but and they do that. No shade, but I feel like they kept Juicy around because they wanted to be a diversity type situation, and they don't want to get mad and say, "Oh, y'all got four white girls in the thing." Same bitch that we had during the season of Trinity the Tuck and Monet Exchange, how they had to do it because y'all had no plans on having that be a double win. I do not believe that was there was ever in the cards that they were going to do a double win. You could tell by the edit they took both of the wins that they filmed individually, did a split screen, and tried to edit. It was not a good edit. I could see through the bullshit, but I didn't believe for 1 second that y'all managed to have this be a co-win. I think it was going to be. I think y'all had eyes set on Trinity, and because there was a lot of backlash on, oh, y'all keep giving all the white girls keep winning, all the white girls. Same thing where it was reversed for the first couple of seasons of regular Drag Race. All the people of color was winning, all the black girls was winning, and you had Raja, who's Asian. They had all the people of color win. No white girls is winning. How about people win based off of their merit and their talent and their track record and not because of their race or the color of their skin? How about we do that? But it's too much bullshit in politics and fan interference that have been sabotaging and manipulating and maneuvering the show to vote a certain way. And I feel like there's way too much producer interference in how they're trying to steer this ship. And I think fans are getting tired of it. I'm at a point where I'm over this show. I don't give a fuck who wins now. I mean, it'd be nice if it's Darlene and Nene. I mean, not Darlene. If it's Nene or Mikey, I have a feeling they're gonna go towards Mikey. But if y'all go towards Mikey because she's had more consistent wins than Nene, then I'm calling BS on the whole thing regarding Jane because Jane has been consistently a winner but because of one misstep, you eliminate her. So kind of it screws up. It contradicts what it is that I don't even. I can't even. I'm still trying to decode and decipher what the whole judging process. How are y'all voting? Are you going on like I'm just confused by it all. And I don't know, maybe a lot of y'all are just as confused as I am, but this show don't make no more damn sense anymore. So after making history with the track record, the best track record ever seen on RuPaul's Drag Race, Jane Don't is the latest queen of Sashay Away on season 18. The talented performer landed in the bottom two against Nene Coco after her impersonations of a crazy Karen. I hated that Karen thing. I just thought the whole thing was stupid, and I think it's low key racist. Why are we doing a episode improving on problematic white women? Like I just did not get that the whole point of that. I don't even think Juicy's was all that great, and I don't think Darlene's was great, and that should have been your bottom two. So anyway, once we got to the elimination, they lip synced to Garden of Eden, Lady Gaga's Garden of Eden, which I do like that song. I like watching her perform it live whenever I've worked the Mayhem Ball. I love that live performance. I also like the song, and I think it's very catchy. And child, I already knew it was over once we got to Nene doing that um that cartwheel into a backflip. I was like, bitch. I knew it was over at that point. Well, they both did a little cartwheel at the same time. But Nene did a little one extra. And Nene definitely performs down. One of my friends said she must hang out around a lot of black girls because she was definitely giving that. Um, Now they said, I haven't even metabolized the whole thing. We locked into the roller coaster and they dumped me off at the end. I don't even know what happened. The chances of you having lip sync are high. Before I left the show, Bosco told me that the chances are high that you're going to lose. It was all very out of body. This is what Don't Tells out. Now, since her elimination, Drag Race fans have outcried and shared their disbelief that the show's frontrunner would be taken out of the competition with a nearly perfect run. In fact, some viewers are saying that it's the most shocking and even the nastiest elimination in Drag Race history. Now, although Don't is grateful to receive so much love from her passionate supporters, she doesn't want her fellow sisters or anyone on production to receive any type of hate and negativity. So she said, I will absolutely take the compliment, but no one is entitled to win Drag Race. Mikey won the challenge. At the end of the day, I went home. It is what it is. I really appreciate if people feel strongly about me leaving. If you like what I do, it's more helpful to me. And it does for me as a performer if you buy a t shirt or come to a show. I'd rather you buy a ticket to my show than scream on the internet that one of my sisters should have gone home instead of me. Now, besides this week's outcome, Drag Race fans were also upset that the iconic puppet challenge. Oh yeah, that was the worst puppet challenge. I don't know what was worse, Snatch Game or the puppet challenge. Like we had some. I mean, I'm talking about the season of Snatch Game with Willow Pill, where there was only one person that won that challenge, and that was Miss Thing that did Lil Jon. That was the only person that came out alive in that whole situation. Everybody flopped that, but this one it was like the production crew had to split the money because everybody was bad. But everybody loved puppets until that episode. Now we hate them. I wouldn't have did that whole puppet challenge with the people that, according to a certain queen, that said that a lot of y'all, plain Jane, say y'all don't have star quality. And it's no shame, but y'all really starting to prove that Plain was right. So I do agree with that. That if you want to support, buy her merch, go support her at her shows, whatever show she's performing at, whatever place she's performing at, go support her there. Don't sit and shade these other queens. That's not their fault. That's production. That's the show. It's a reality show. They just, reality show first, drag competition second. That's literally what Drag Race is. So yeah, don't get mad at Mikey. Don't get mad at all these other people. They ain't had nothing to do with the situation. That's the producers. But I guess because they don't have a face, it's not it's hard for y'all to pick on the people that's working behind the scenes that's making these decisions. Now, to add fuel to the fire, speaking of Plain Jane, professional rage baiter Plain Jane tripled down on her prior statements that there are no stars on season 18 of Drag Race. Say anybody who has taken Plain Jane seriously in the year of 2026 is a fool. I love my sisters so much. We have all given this woman far too much free promo. It's plain. She loves to upset people. Plain Jane is not in control of all media. Who is she? A studio head from the 1950s? Who cares? I think it's funny. She's just talking to talk. And I agree with that. But now, with her interview over there on Blavity, she said not to be the serious person at a clown show. And I'm not making any kind of excuses about my performance on the challenge. It's just what it was, regardless of the topic. But I guess to my mind, I just don't think those Karen videos are fun or funny. I think that they're symptomatic of a lot of ish that I don't really like. I don't think it's funny. I don't think that white people being nasty, racist, and underhanded is funny. Look, RuPaul the same one that gave Shirley Q. Liquor a platform. Y'all should not be surprised that this will be a challenge. And they also said, I said that part. That wasn't Jane. I just don't think that white women being entitled and crazy is necessary. I don't watch them and laugh. They just make me uncomfortable. Yeah, what is so funny about white women losing their mind and acting like a Karen and get whatever? Like, whoever thought this challenge should have the shit slapped out of him? No shade. Just saying. Metaphorically, not literally. And it's a I don't watch them and laugh. They just make me uncomfortable. It's difficult for me to go into the challenge and try to find a lot of humor in it, which is why I took the direction that I did, which was sort of make her like the almost a Christopher Guest kind of character. I don't know. Karens are not interesting to me. I don't mean to condescend to the material that we're given, but it just doesn't resonate with me. But now here's the question: did you voice this when you were on the show? Because if you did, and you know how some of these people feel, oh, you're not gonna comply. You're gonna kind of go against the challenge that we created. Oh, you're gonna make things difficult. Oh, we're gonna show you. We're gonna make an example out of you. You're not gonna play the game. Now we're gonna give you the chop. So it kind of makes me wonder if that's what may have happened. Because she's saying like that's why I took the approach because I just don't find Karens to be entertaining. Maybe that was some off-camera stuff that she said, or maybe it was something that she said on camera that they edited out and the producers got wind of it and decided to make an example of because you're not gonna be willing to do the tide challenges that we come up with, these mid-ass challenges. So now we not gonna give you the crown, and that's fine. I feel like this is the most exciting thing that's happened this whole season, and maybe what'll happen now is that Jane will become more successful because she didn't win. I don't even think she needs to do All Stars at this point. Ride high on this wave, take advantage of it, and get all the bookings. Because with this whole controversial thing that came down, you're definitely going to be able to get a lot of bookings because of it. Then she also went on to say, when you think about how those videos rose to prominence, the first Karen videos I really remember happening were the ones that was surfacing during 2020 and George Floyd in his time of real racial reckoning in the country. It just feels so steeped in so much stuff that I don't know how we make this fun. I just don't, it just doesn't feel lighthearted and fun to me to be like, oh my gosh, this lady yelling at these kids who are barbecuing in a park. No, that's effed up. And it also talks about her track record. Y'all can go and read the rest of the article. But here's the thing that she said was next for her. She said she wants to try out Broadway. She said, I'm so open to so many things. I want to write a lot more. I want to do bigger, more produced work. If we're manifesting Broadway, give me a call. Off Broadway, give me a call. The M&M store in Times Square, wait, is the M&M store still around? I didn't even know that was still around. She said, I want to do more writing, more comedy. I would love to do TV and more and move into more mainstream kind of comedy space. I'm very heartened by what's happening with O'Mary in the couple of years that's happened with Alex Newell winning the Tony. I think there's like an appetite for queer work in the public consciousness in a really demonstrable way right now that I would love to be a part of that. And I definitely could see Jane Don't being on Broadway because that would be the perfect place for her to go, in my opinion. Um, because like I was saying, well, she just mentioned um O'Mary. Which I definitely think that would be great to put more drag queens in that type of situation. They had Jinx Monsoon, perfect example. Jinx Monsoon was someone who manifested wanting to go on Broadway. It happened, and she's been out here killing it. We also have the Rocky Horror Picture Show or the Rocky Horror Show that just premiered on Broadway with Luke Evans. We got Michaela J. Rodriguez and a bunch of other queer celebrities who are in this show. If they want to do that and broaden it up and get more drag queens to do Broadway, because I definitely feel like there is an appetite for seeing more drag artists on Broadway, and why we can't get more of those type of shows. That'd be the perfect place to go instead of it just being Vegas. I definitely think Broadway needs to broaden its horizons and get more queer art. We just had a show called an off-Broadway show called Drag the Musical, which I happened to go see. Alaska's in it. Her fiance actually got me and a friend of mine. We both went, had a great table, had a great time. That's the one I told you where Frankie Grande was also at that same show and loved the show. It was a great show. Seeing a lot of these drag performers up there singing and dancing and giving a whole Broadway shtick, even though it was on Broadway. I definitely think there is a definitely an opening and an appetite to see more drag performances. And I'm definitely curious to see what Jane Don't will come up with creatively outside of this disaster of a damn season. So with all that being said, I definitely want to hear from y'all. What do you guys think of the story? Do you think Jane was robbed, or do you think it was just okay? It was just the name of the game, and it is what it is. And she'll have a bigger career outside of the show now that this whole situation has happened. I definitely feel like she's going to blow even more because of this shocking elimination. So it's good publicity for her. Not so much good publicity for the show because the people's out here mad at the show. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.